To cut to the stuff that's really important, that's really my job. And CBDs are really important.
Hey guys, it's Deon with Green Lady Shop, and today I'm here with my friend Stephen. Stephen, welcome.
Thank you.
And if I were to cherry pick an expert off of a tree in regards to the topic of CBD, Stephen would be the man, and here is why. Stephen Cherniske is a research biochemist and university instructor in clinical nutrition. Stephen directed the nation's first FDA-approved clinical laboratory specializing in nutrition and immunology, and is also a best-selling health writer. I have read one of his books. And his wife's also a board-certified family medicine doctor, and together they have a wonderful website and daily blog called The Healthy Skeptics, which was the inspiration for this whole interview. Check them out at thehealthyskeptics.com. And what they're really great at is helping people to learn what to explore and what to ignore as far as all of the information that is out there on the internet. And actually, I saw you doing a video on CBDs. And I happened to be lucky enough to have known you. So I reached out, and I'm so thankful you're here today. And our audience is in for a treat. So where should we start?
Well, you know, if you're looking at what to explore and what to ignore, then clearly this is something that people should explore because it's really important. For most people, this is brand new information, right? And we know that today we are, you know, all of us are overwhelmed by the amount of information that we're exposed to. And so to cut to the stuff that's really important, that's really my job. And CBDs are really important. Now, if you look at where it all started, why did this explosion of information begin? It began because scientists discovered an entire network of receptors throughout the body and brain that are called the endocannabinoid system.
Keyword.
So we're used to thinking in terms of the immune system or the nervous system, the endocrine system. So we're all used to thinking in terms of systems. But this was a brand new system, and the receptors were everywhere, every tissue of the body, including the brain, and it appeared that these receptors were tuned to compounds that would affect your immune system. They would talk to your nervous system. They would talk to your brain, and they would modulate things like cognition and memory and mood. And what do you know? The endocannabinoid system was activated by compounds that your body produces, right? And these are called endo. Endo means within. So these compounds that you produce within your body were called endocannabinoids, and they're all derived from dietary fats. Interesting. Dietary fats. So your body takes dietary fats and makes compounds that lock on to these receptors that modulate immunity, mood, mind, cognition, and pain senses, right? So there's two ways we experience pain. Number one is we experience pain because the receptors are activated and they send that pain response, right? At the same time, different people experience pain in different ways. So that's called your pain tolerance. Both of those are modulated and balanced by the endocannabinoid system. If you were to ask me, well, what's the main thing that it does, this system that was just discovered 20 years ago? The main thing it does is it keeps your body in balance. Balance. So when you think about what's important in life in terms of my health, you know, in terms of my immune system, you got to think of balance. Immune system too active, you've got a problem. Immune system too inactive, you got a problem. You want balance. Same thing is true for your mood. You want balance, you want equanimity, and the endocannabinoid system is responsible for maintaining balance throughout your entire body and brain. What really is intriguing is that soon after the endocannabinoid system was discovered, they learned that there were compounds in a particular plant called hemp. And those compounds you could eat.
Yes.
And they had a direct effect on the endocannabinoid system. So who were the people who had the greatest experience when they consumed these compounds, right? either by eating them or by inhaling them. Those are the people that had an imbalance.
It's helped me a lot, I know that.
Well, imagine all the people. I mean, my wife is a family practice doctor. And if you were to ask her, how many of your patients are mainly affected by an imbalance? She'd say, well, like all of them, right? There is that the imbalance produces a disease state or a chronic state of dis-ease, right? And so the idea that you could then consume something that would directly support this incredibly important system of balance and harmony in your body, that was a real breakthrough.
Right.
And then, of course, the wonderful thing is these compounds became available legally in virtually all 50 states.
Right, so what is CBD?
CBDs are the compounds that specifically activate the endocannabinoid system, right? So some endocannabinoids you make, and some exocannabinoids, otherwise known as CBDs, you can eat, you can inhale, right? And you can use them topically. I mean, you can absorb CBDs through your skin. They're that important and that valuable to your body. So your body looks at these molecules and goes, "Ooh, give me that. I need that." Right? And so if you look at the hemp plant, there are various strains of hemp plants. Some are very rich in CBDs. Some are kind of a balance between CBDs and THC, which is a completely different compound, again, from the same plant. The thing that's confusing for some people is that they think that, you know, CBDs are always going to be tied to THC. And importantly, that's not true. There are some plants, there's hemp plants that contain no THC whatsoever, but they're very rich in CBDs. And I'm using the plural here because there's multiple cannabinoids that you can use. And as we learn more about them, we learn that some CBDs are really good for relaxing. CBN, for example, is really great for sleep. And I'm not just talking about getting to sleep. I'm talking about staying asleep and having wonderful dreams and waking up feeling better than you've felt in a long time. These compounds are that powerful.
So you're saying that CBD by itself has extraordinary therapeutic power.
Well, it does, and that's why they're legal in all 50 states. If this was psychoactive, if you could take CBDs and rub them on your skin or eat them or drink them or inhale them and get high, they would not be legal in all 50 states.
Oh, right.
They'll only be legal in a handful of states. But because these are non-psychoactive, in other words, you're not going to get high, the best way I think I can describe the difference here is that if you think of CBDs as creating harmony, and in two particular cases, this is really very dramatic. One is there is a neurotransmitter that's made in your gut and in your brain called GABA, G-A-B-A. Well, some CBDs, some endocannabinoids, all right, will take GABA and they'll go, hey, you know, come on up, GABA, because we need to create an action plan here because we're under stress. Right? Wonderful thing about the human nervous system is when we're under stress, we produce this neurotransmitter that says, okay, we can handle this. That's GABA. Well, there's the effect of CBDs on GABA is they go, hey, come on, GABA, let's get a little bit higher here because we're under stress and we need an action plan. Right? Other times, you have another neurotransmitter, all right, called dopamine, right? And dopamine THC is particularly good at taking dopamine way up, right? So that your senses, your sense of taste and smell and everything gets really intensified. Well, whereas THC will take dopamine way up, which gives you that high, right? What CBDs do is they go, hey, wait a minute, that's a little bit too high.
Slow your roll.
You slow your, oh, I like that, slow your roll, right? Yeah. So in effect, you have always the CBDs are balancing and harmonizing, whereas THC can take you into an altered state. Now, sometimes that's fun, right? Sometimes that's fun. But other times, you don't want that. You just want what? You want harmony. And that's exactly what CBDs deliver.
Yeah, it's such an amazing substance that it's incredible that we're just now like collectively figuring this out. When did it first show up on your radar?
About 10 years ago, because the endocannabinoid system was being explored, and the remarkable part about that was that people were reporting it in the medical literature, and most of my colleagues were going, no, you don't want to mess with that because it's illegal, and if we start publishing on this, we're going to get our institutional review boards are going to get on our case. We're going to lose our funding because you don't want to be messing around with hemp, because the idea was that hemp equals marijuana, and that's not true at all. I mean, there are certain strains of hemp that will produce marijuana, but there are other strains of hemp, and we call it industrial hemp, that's basically devoid of THC. And those compounds that are known as CBDs, those are extremely valuable. And it was only when it was undeniable that actually the research started to be done by large numbers of people who were no longer afraid that the police were going to come and shut them down.
Right. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your knowledge in regards to this topic. It's a really important one, I feel, and one that should be accurately represented. And you are the man when it comes to doing the research and, you know, being able to sift through what's real and what's not real. You guys should definitely check out his Healthy Skeptics videos. They're great. His website's thehealthyskeptics.com. And you'll find a lot of really good information on there as well. So
thanks, Tina. My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
My pleasure. To learn more about the Healthy Skeptics, it's easy to find us. You can go to my Facebook page, Stephen Cherniske on Facebook. You can go to the Healthy Skeptics Facebook page, thehealthyskeptics.com, the Healthy Skeptics YouTube channel. We're there for you in regards to CBDs and everything else related to health.